Welcome to the Vintage Times, a program for older persons. On our program today, we will talk about services available to older persons in our community. As we age, it becomes increasingly important for us, our families, our friends, and our neighbors to know about the many services that are available. These services may include counseling, help in case of elder abuse, help for caregivers, information about housing, and much, much, much more. Today we will learn about the programs provided by the DuPage County Senior Services. With me is Kristen Ritchie, who is the manager at the DuPage County Senior Services. And thank you, Kristen, for joining us today.
And thank you for having me.
You're welcome, Kristen. And can you describe the services provided by your agency?
Yes, DuPage County Senior Services provides services to residents of DuPage County who are 60 years of age or older.
Yeah, so what type of services are available for older persons?
Well, one of the goals that DuPage County has is to help seniors age in place as safely as possible. So we have programs that help make that happen. And one of our main programs is the Community Care Program, which is funded through the Department on Aging as well as Medicaid. And it helps provide services in the home with personal care, housekeeping, laundry, meals, running errands, other transportation. But in addition, it also provides adult day services. We provide an emergency home response button. So that program is a great program to help people with some of those basic needs in their home, or it also provides a little relief to caregivers who may be doing some of that care. It's a program that does have some eligibility requirements and involves an assessment to determine what level of service you can receive. So we would ask that you call our office if interested in a program like that.
And if I do not qualify, do you have other programs that help me in the home?
Yes, well, and if you don't qualify for that program, we are able to provide information on agencies that can provide that service at a charge. But we do also have a home-delivered meals program that delivers meals to homebound seniors that are in the community. And that program is primarily donation-based, and it involves an assessment as well because, again, it's for homebound seniors, so people who aren't able to get out and get food or prepare meals for themselves at home. So that's a nice program that provides them a meal and also a volunteer delivering it, which is kind of checking in on the person.
That's wonderful. So that's called the home-delivered meals.
Home-delivered meals.
Some people call it Meals on Wheels,
yes.
Right? That's
yes,
familiar.
That is a common phrase. Yes, a lot of people do refer to it that way.
And it provides a meal at home and someone to check in on us.
Yes. And we provide case management for the program, so that person would be linked with a case manager for other needs or other information. And it's actually the DuPage Senior Citizens Council that handles the delivery.
You mentioned a case manager. Can you describe what that person does generally.
Yes, and we have about 20 case managers at DuPage County that complete home visits for the programs I just described. A case manager will come out to your home. There's no cost for this assessment. So they'll come out to your home, they'll do a complete assessment of your needs to determine what program you may be appropriate for or what you need. And it's really also an opportunity to learn about programs or services you haven't heard about. Also, it's a point of contact. You know, once you have a case manager and you're involved in these programs, that person, can provide other help.
That's wonderful. So that's important to know. You call the DuPage County Senior Services, and they may send a case manager, to your home. They will talk to you, find out what needs you have, and help you find resources and make decisions, right?
Yes, and we can provide information over the phone as well and in our office. So the home visits would be for the more homebound residents of the community.
That is so important because so many people are homebound. They cannot drive, they cannot get to the county, so a social worker or caseworker will come to your home.
Yes.
Now, if we find that I need a change in housing arrangement, I can no longer live the way I used to live in my home, will you help me?
Yes, and there are definitely a lot of reasons why people may need to look at other housing options, and a big one that we see is looking for affordable housing. So we do actually have a directory that includes information on subsidized senior apartments that are available throughout the county, as well as if there's some needs for assistance in the home. We have assisted living in that directory, as well as supportive living, which is a state-funded assisted living for those who don't have.
Okay, so there are many resources available if I need to move from my home. You have directories.
Yes. The Senior Housing Directory is the one I was referring to that provides information about those different housing options. So this is available, we're updating it right now, so it will be available in print. It's also available on our website, which is www.dupageco.org.
Good. It's a wonderful directory. We have it at the township too. It has a lot of information.
Certainly.
Now, if I need to go to a nursing home, do you have information about that?
We do. We have another directory that's specific for long-term care facilities, and this directory has information on all of the long-term care facilities located in DuPage County, and it also has helpful information such as the types of pay that they accept, whether it's private pay or Medicaid, and also it has a helpful list of questions you should ask when choosing a facility, and also a list of different things maybe you want to observe when choosing a facility or look at when you're taking your tours.
Right. It's great. It's just so good you have all this information, and it's so important for us to access this information, right?
And this one's also available on our
online.
website.
Yeah, online. And that helps caregivers who live outside the state.
Yes, to be able to access the information they need.
Online, yeah, that's important. Now, if I want to stay at home, but I need help with minor repairs or chores at home, do you help?
Well, actually, the DuPage Senior Citizens Council does have a staff person that can do minor home repairs or minor home modifications at an affordable rate. So we would provide information about that to someone who had that need. But there is the possibility that DuPage County could have some financial assistance available if it's for a home modification, like putting a grab bar up or some sort of assistive device.
Okay.
So again, call our office for more information.
The mantra is call
Yes.
and find out what services are available.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Now, if I have difficulty paying my energy bills like electricity or so on, is there help for that?
Yes, Community Services, which Senior Services is a part of, has a program called LIHEAP, which stands for Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program. As you can see, there's a reason to call it LIHEAP because it's a very long name. But that program assists by putting a credit on your gas and electric bills for those who are income eligible. And this program is actually available to people of any age. And it runs September through the end of May.
Okay, so it's right now.
Yes, right now through the end of May. So if you do have difficulty with paying your utility bills, again, call our office for more information and eligibility guidelines, but we may be able to help.
Wonderful. So. This is also, we have a caseworker at the township who helps with this LIHEAP program.
Yes.
Now, if I have difficulty with deciding about insurance that may supplement Medicare, do you have?
Yes. Well, Medicare is one of those topics that it's so confusing for so many people, and it's hard to navigate. What supplemental should I look into, or what prescription drug plan? We do have a number of SHIP counselors on our staff who are available for appointments to look over all of these different options. They're not going to choose the option for you, but they're going to help you gather the information that you need to make an informed decision. So if it's choosing a prescription drug plan, they'll help you look through all of the plans that cover your medications and what the costs are.
That's wonderful, because it is overwhelming for some people to make decisions about what insurance should I choose. These are trained counselors that will help us make a good decision. Another good program. What if I have difficulty managing my finances? You have help too.
Yes, it's called very simply Money Management Program. And it's a program, it's actually only available to those who are receiving that community care program that I talked about with the in-home care, adult day service, or emergency button. And it's also available to victims of elder abuse and exploitation. So that program, if you are involved in one of those programs, it does help you in organizing your bills, coming up with a budget. We can be a rep payee. So it is a program that's insured. And
wonderful.
It's
Just
really
great.
great.
Now, you mentioned elder abuse. How do you help if I worry about some elder person being abused?
Yes. Well, we have staff that do take reports of elder abuse and exploitation, as well as actually we now go by Adult Protective Services, because we take reports not only for those 60 and older, but those who are 18 to 59 who have a disability. So anyone who falls within that criteria and lives in a domestic setting, so someone who lives in their home or apartment in the community. But abuse can be a number of things: physical abuse, emotional abuse, financial exploitation, neglect, sexual abuse, confinement. So if you suspect that someone is a victim of one of those types of abuse, we would encourage you to call our office and make a report. And, a lot of people, I think, hesitate to make that phone call because they're concerned about getting involved or the person knowing that they called. All reports are confidential, so that reporter's information is not, publicized. But we just want to be there to help advocate for this vulnerable person and try to provide resources and remedy whatever the situation is.
That is so important. Elder abuse or abuse of anyone involves a whole range. It could be, which often it is financial abuse.
We do see a lot of that.
Emotional abuse, all kinds of abuse. It's important to know help is available and it's totally confidential.
And this help is free. You know, there aren't charges for, you know, our case management services or for our elder abuse services. All of our services and the information is free, you know.
That's important. That's good to know. Now, another important issue is help for caregivers, people who help older adults and need help themselves.
Yes. Well, our staff is able to provide information about support groups or counseling, agencies that do counseling for caregivers, as well as various caregiver resources. But one thing DuPage County has is we have a grant through the Department on Aging that provides limited financial assistance to give that caregiver much needed respite or relief from the caregiving. So we can use that money to help pay for an in-home care service or adult day service so that the caregiver can have, you know, a little bit of a break, because caregiving is a hard job.
It is, at 24/7.
Yes, and there's more and more people that are doing it. More and more sons and daughters and even neighbors and friends that have taken on these roles. So there is help available for them.
And there is even a respite program available,
yes,
right?
the respite finance, the money can be used to pay for some respite. So
how about the program offered by the DuPage
Metropolitan yes,
Fund?
Metropolitan Family Services. That's one of the things we may refer a person to is they have an in-home senior respite program that it's volunteers coming. It's more of a companion type program, but it can provide a few hours of relief on occasion as well. So it's a really great service. And they have counseling and support groups.
Right. And another thing, of course, you mentioned before there's an adult daycare program where often you can take the elder person so that the caregiver gets time away.
Yes,
right?
yes. And the nice thing about adult day services is that there's a nurse on staff, there's activities, socialization, because a lot of seniors are socially isolated that are homebound or have multiple medical issues. So adult day service is a really great group environment.
Yeah. You mentioned many seniors are homebound, are isolated. That's not a good situation. Socialization is so important.
It's very
possible.
important.
Right.
And, you know, when you call our office, I'm telling you, we have information about everything out there for people, but we can give you information on social activities in the community and stuff.
Transportation, so people can get out of the house.
Older adult education programs. I mean, really, we kind of cover everything. It's not just information for people who are homebound or need help in the home.
Really, one of the most important things is information.
Information.
You provide information. And you, when you call them, you just ask any question and they will help you. Now, what do I do if I'm a family member or neighbor and I feel this person really needs help?
Yeah, I would encourage you to call us because we can potentially send a case manager out there. But, you know, unfortunately, we do find that there are seniors in the community who don't have family or people that are available to help them. And they may have situations of hoarding, or maybe they're not getting to the doctor because they can't, and so their health is declining, or they're unable to bathe themselves or take care of themselves. Well, we would like to reach out to them to see how we may be able to help and put programs or services in place, because a lot of people just don't know that the services are available. And they don't know to call us.
Yeah, and they are available. You can call the county, you can call your village hall, you can call the township, talk to your doctor, call someone. If I want your services? You said already they're free. Are there any eligibility requirements?
There are. Each program has different eligibility requirements. For home-delivered meals, for instance, there's no income or asset guidelines. We do target low-income seniors or seniors who don't have the financial resources, but really you need to be homebound and have a need for the meals. But in terms of our in-home services, we do look at some financial criteria, actually your assets, so we look at liquid assets and things like that. But again, you know, it doesn't cost to call in information and see what you may be eligible for, because we have trained staff that answer phones Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30, that can answer questions about all of these different resources.
And you can go online and get information online.
Yes, on our website we have information on all of these services. As I said, we have those printed directories in there. We do have a senior resource directory that we publish that's available online that has information.
A lot of information. So, to me, one of the most comforting programs you have is that a social worker can come to my home and help me make decisions in my home. Yeah, that's very helpful because many seniors find it difficult to get to the county. That's so important. Can you describe when a social worker comes to my home, what happens?
Sure. Well, when the case manager goes out to these homes for assessments, they do a comprehensive assessment that looks at what you have difficulty with in terms of various activities of daily living, so say bathing and dressing and grooming, and being able to do different household tasks or get to your appointments. And so they take a look at everything and what kinds of supports you have and what your financial resources are, to kind of see what your options are and where you can go with that. So their assessment will help determine the eligibility for any of these various programs, and then they'll assist you through the way in getting you linked with them.
So if you as a case manager feel that I need a certain service, I need help at home, you will make the arrangement that someone will come to my home?
Yes, with the community care program, the case manager would do the assessment, determine the amount of hours of service that you're eligible for, and then we have contracted agencies that we work with that will provide the actual home care aid to come to the home.
And again, if I don't qualify for community care, you will refer me. You have a list of agencies, right?
We have, it's a really nice list actually, a list of agencies in DuPage County, and it also has information as to what types of services each agency provides.
That's important.
So we try and make it as simple as we can, or as easy as we can, for people to not have to be looking 10 different places to get the information they need. You know, we try and make it where everything is right there.
Yeah, it's there. It tells you if you need full-time care or if you need just a few hours a day, if it's a nursing service, whatever the level, it describes in the directory. That's just a wonderful thing. Are there any services that we didn't discuss that you would like to mention?
Well, you know, I just definitely want to highlight to go to our website, which has this directory on it that provides information about all of the different services that we offer. It's available in print at our office. If you stop in, you can get it for free. There is a charge to mail it, but again, it's online. And if you don't have access to the website, maybe someone can print out the information you need. But it really includes information about the transportation services, social activities, educational programs, different health resources, the libraries in the county, police departments, kind of a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty comprehensive directory.
What else can we ask for? It's all there.
Yeah.
So, Kristen, is there anything else of importance you'd like to add?
Well, we, as I had mentioned, we're available Monday through Friday between 8 to 4:30 p.m. to answer any questions. We're available to see people in the office for various appointments. We can answer questions over the phone, and when needed, we do that home visit. If an assessment is needed, we can help out with that and help families navigate the system and determine what their loved one or themselves may need to remain in their home safely.
Yeah, because so many people really want to remain at home.
It's the preference, certainly, to be able to age at home, stay at home, and avoid long-term care placement as long as possible.
Right. Wow. Thank you, Kristen, so very much for all the many important services you provide. And we hope you learned of all the good services that are available by the DuPage County Senior Services. They're free, they're plentiful, they have many resource directories that are available in print or online. They have very nice, polite people who answer the phones and give you information and forward to other places that have information. So be sure you call the county senior services. There are two numbers. There's a 1-800-942-9412 or a 630-407-6500. Or you can call us at the township. We will give you information also. Call us at 630-719-6682. Just be sure to call someone. Thank you again for joining us today. And thank you, Kristen.
Thank you, Hannah.